Hey, this is Tyler.
This is Carter.
You got some booze you want us to try?
We're gonna try some booze.
Y'all ready for some shit?
In your face!
Booze trials!
Honk honk. Bullshit, bullshit, Bible quote. That's a sentence that I wrote. Amen. We're on to the next beer from our good friends at Prairie Artisan Ales.
The last two have been sorely disappointing, but we're keeping on.
Well, we'll see. We got another stout called the Bible Belt. And it's got this nice, fun little label.
Really Mormon-looking family on there.
Yeah, and it's an imperial stout aged on coffee, vanilla, chilies, and cacao nibs. This sounds very familiar.
It's kind of a staple of what they seem to originally come from.
Very familiar.
13%.
Well, before I find out what this tastes like, I've never actually had this. I have a little bit of a tale to tell. When I used to work at a liquor store, we had trouble keeping some Prairie beers in stock. So my manager at the time, he decided on this particular beer he was going to buy a bunch of it, and he bought what sounded like a good idea at the time. He bought about 20 cases. I may be embellishing that number, but not by much.
Okay.
And this was back, when did this first come out? Like in March?
Yeah, it came out about March time, I think.
About March, springtime. To give you an idea of it, it's now December.
Yeah.
I went and visited him last week. Last week they sold the last bottle of Bible Belt.
They finally got rid of it.
It took them nearly a year, but they did it, by golly. And so we're gonna give this one a try. We're gonna see why it took so fucking long to get rid of Prairie beer.
There's three reasons I'm going to guess. The very first reason is that the whole imperial stout aged on coffee, vanilla, chilies, and cacao nibs, it's kind of a thing that they've done with a number of their beers, first of all.
Right.
And the two other interesting points that may have kind of like kept this from selling the way other Prairies have is the label. The label is not all crazy and trippy like their usual labels.
That's true.
It's just like you got like Jeppy, Chase, and
it's like the
Colin
pet
there.
boys of the fucking.
Yeah, it's just like all they're
Prairie.
sitting there looking all family like, and that's cool. It's cool. And then the other thing too is that people probably didn't know what to think about this, because one unique thing about this is that this is a collaboration with another brewery called Evil Twin. And they actually bottled this at the Krebs Brewing Company in Krebs, Oklahoma, instead of at their own Duber. Mm-hmm. So that's a little something different too.
Well,
I don't know. Other than that, we are going to find out.
And it kind of falls under the spectrum of a lot of their other stouts.
Yeah.
It's high in alcohol. It's 13%. It's, like I said, it's brewed with all that cacao nibs and vanilla and coffee, which is kind of what they do typically.
And it's what's made me love the bomb so much.
Yeah.
The pirate bomb. And
I'm just curious as to if this was just not one of those beers that just wowed people. Because even with stuff like the Standard doesn't really have a crazy label, but it sells.
Yeah. Well, it seems like people here in Oklahoma kind of like.
I think it's a lot of like you bought one, you really liked it, so you go back and get more because you know it's in short quantity.
Yeah.
So this, on the other hand, I'm curious if it's packaging or if it's the product.
I'm leaning towards packaging. I just smelled it.
It smells like a stout.
Well, it smells like their bomb, to be more precise.
Right.
It smells like their bomb did. So this is got that same old smell.
Yeah.
So far, this is actually going to be better probably than the other two we just did.
One can only hope.
So let's do this thing. Yeah, it tastes like the bomb to me. That's good. It's good, but that's what it is. It tastes like the bomb. Um, I feel like I was a little bit fibbed to on this, or perhaps it's just because I've had it in my fridge for long enough that it doesn't matter anymore. But I was told originally, whenever I was looking at this, and I was like, well, what makes this one different? Supposedly, this one had more chocolate than the bomb. Supposedly. But it's not.
I don't remember
I'm not
the
tasting
bomb
chocolate.
having chocolate.
Well,
I remember the pirate bomb having chocolate.
Well, the reason the pirate bomb has more of a chocolate taste to it, and the reason that one has more of a chocolate taste to it, is because of the rum barrels instead of it being whiskey
so
barrels.
So it sweetens it up and
right.
It brings out that flavor. Yeah.
That's the other thing too. This isn't aged in whiskey barrels, either.
No, they don't say that. They don't even tell you what they age it in.
I feel like they did on the bomb.
Oh man, that's aged in a Carter barrel.
This guy.
And it's got more robust flavor than this, I feel. This just tastes like another one of their fucking standard stouts.
It's a coffee beer. This is definitely big on coffee.
Yeah. I'm at the point now where I feel like Prairie's backing away from their crazy bullshit ideas on what to stick in their brew. And they're just kind of they're basically taking the
tinkering with what they already got.
Yeah, they're instead of just like shoveling in fucking, I don't know, tapioca pudding and tangerine peels, they're just kind of like taking their stout and just put a little bit of that. Okay, it's different. Let's put a whole crazy label on it, ship it off. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
They're just like just enough of a difference. That's a whole different beer. And then that way they can get the guy to draw up a whole new label. They have a little sarcastic parody label on there. But it's the same old song and dance. It really, like, when you get down to it, it's more of the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like now they're just playing it safe and not getting all wacky tobacco.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know what the fuck you're up to at this point.
Yeah. If that is what you're doing, then I'm about to stop supporting you. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Because if that's all you're doing,
I feel like they have two speeds. They have we're gonna play it safe and just make the same old shit. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, the standard and the bomb, they work just fine. But then they throw this shit out there, and that's probably why it didn't sell, because they're just like, fuck it, it's the same old shit. I actually feel like this doesn't taste as good as the bomb. To be honest with you.
I feel like the bomb definitely did have more chocolate in it, or something like that, or just had a better,
or maybe
more smoother flavor.
Or maybe Evil Twin is just a really shitty brewery. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never heard of them prior to this.
I didn't understand that either. When I saw that, I was like, okay, like, because I even asked the guy at the liquor store, I was like, what's different about this? And he said that it was supposedly more chocolatey, but I don't know if it was because I had it in the fridge for so long or what.
I don't know that would make too much of a difference.
No, I think it helps smooth the taste out a little bit.
In any case, it just, I don't even know anymore.
So anyway, that's our Evil Twin review.
Yeah.
It's a stout. It's very potent. It's very bitter. Very heavy.
And much like the Bible, it leaves us with more questions than answers.
That's good. Well,
so they got that right.
Well, before we offend anybody else, not that we care. Peace.